All right. Are we beginning?
We've been starting for like
Okay, don't put any of that in. All right, freaking here we go, biz. Just getting in the mood. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
The gang's
got
back
scared.
together.
I didn't commit.
Welcome to the Capsule, everybody.
Yay! Happy New Year's to you. No, that's not a thing. Can you? What's the New Year's? Oh, isn't there a song?
Old Lang Syne. I do not know the lyrics. Sweet Caroline. That's all I know of that as well.
So, guys, welcome to the Capsule's New Year's episode. This week is New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. This week is the end of 2025. This week is the beginning of a brand new year. And we thought we would provide you with a New Year's Eve episode that you can listen to while you're getting ready for your festive plans, while you're hungover on the first, what else might people be doing? While you're at home alone, as I was last year, but we're not going to talk about how lonely I was. What else could they listen to this while doing? Driving to their festive plans, although leaving your car somewhere that you can collect it the next day, because we do not condone driving home after having a drink.
Nice. Dog walks.
Dog walks. A New Year's Eve dog walk.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Or New Year's Day. They need walking every day.
I don't know stuff about dogs, but yeah. That's what this is. This is a New Year's Eve episode. So to kick things off, we also, first of all, we have Tally in the place for people that A, are not familiar with Tally's voice, or B, are not watching the video podcast and didn't know that was her.
Good, because my hair's bad.
Yeah. So Tally requests that you all switch over to the audio version and not look at her. Or we'll just do this the whole time. We'll just hold her.
Nice.
No. We also have Inesh in the place. We also have Sophia in the place. Sophia has put together a whole presentation for us. I have had zero input, by the way, in this. I didn't ask Tally to be here. She actually asked me. Sophia said I've done nothing. I've just shown up. I didn't even sort the studio. Sophia did that too.
I didn't ask.
So you said
offered myself.
Yeah, you said I'm here. So I basically didn't even have the initiative to reach out.
Nice.
You had the initiative to say, let me come and bless your podcast with my
been a while.
Smooth tones.
It's been like a first time in this gaff.
Yeah, true.
But then the last one was post Jams and Gems, I feel like.
Oh, damn. Has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been ages.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, goddamn.
And we're also going to talk briefly at some point in the episode later, maybe, about your platform that has been launched on Substack.
Woo!
Oh, what up? Are we still doing this? Is this still a thing?
I watched a show all about the Millie Rock, remember?
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
By a choreographer called Jeremy Ned. It may come up depending on Sophia's categories and themes.
Sophia, do you want to intro us to what the hell is going on?
What the hell?
What the hell?
Maybe what the hell is going to be left behind in 2025.
Oh, God. I'm sure
that's a good little preview.
Yeah, like what slang are we leaving behind? Nice. Cold and dark. Go on.
Love it.
Cold and dark.
Cold fam.
Ah.
Dark fam. In the bin. Sorry.
Go
on.
Okay. So I've put together a few different categories. So you can see by my beautiful presentation.
Yes.
Yeah. Sophia's put together
that AI did not make.
How much did you use?
No,
AI?
I made it by myself.
So sorry.
Okay. So
Sophia is actually made of AI.
might be.
Sophia doesn't exist. I
Bam.
love this. It's like a game show.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
But it's like still
Structure.
serious, guys. Come on, we
Oh, it's
real
serious.
reflection.
Okay. Oh, this is real.
Yeah,
stuff. It's
I
not
wondered.
serious.
I was like, what
Are there
kind? Are we going to be frank with this?
Yes.
Or
are we going to be silly?
a bit of both.
Pat.
A bit of both.
I was thinking of another.
yeah, I was like, oh.
Are we going to be Frank or
Frank Pat Butcher?
Love
Go
it.
on. Sorry.
Okay. I know it's fine. I'll just wait for your little chats.
Sorry. You might need
Your little old people
some
stuff.
time for us to be absolute idiots.
Yeah.
Good.
So, we will start with our reflections,
Who?
highlights, and disappointments, which is quite serious.
Okay.
So let's start with our general reflections about different things.
Mhm.
There is the battle scene,
Disappointment.
the theater scene, and the commercial scene.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Shoot.
Wait, what? Hold on, what's the... You got to give me more than
My
that.
work is done.
Do we pick one, or what's the? How does it?
No,
work?
all of them.
Let's do all of them. Like just like kind of more open conversation. Shall
Ah.
we do?
one like reflections, highlights, disappointments for the battle scene, and then
Exactly.
move on?
Ah, okay. Battle scene in the UK.
I don't know that I've been to a battle in the UK.
That's all right. You're allowed to not. Well, in my reflections, I'm going to come up with highlights and disappointments. So should we just do it all as one?
Yeah, no, I did one, didn't I?
You did.
Adventure was
Ovi.
this year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Sorry.
Yeah. You
Continue.
smoked Camilla's ass.
Did not.
Took her out. Should be. That's a disappointment, Camille. Represent yourself better. No, I'm joking, guys. It was fine. It was a lovely exchange.
I do have a reflection about battle scene.
Yeah.
Do we know if there was a conscious decision to get rid of experimental ones? Because it felt like there was a time when there were lots, and they were like that was a category in loads, and none now.
I think. So for me, as far as my knowledge goes, and I could be wrong, but I think Just Taboo is the thing that brought the experimental category, and then a lot of, as Just Taboo's been the trendsetter for a lot of stuff, but like a lot of events followed what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So when experimental came, a lot of other events were like, oh, we're doing experimental too. And then when they stopped doing it, I think that other events also stopped doing it.
Right.
Fair.
I think it's half that, and I think also there's been a massive rise in all styles categories, which is also a reflection. But I think that's overtaken what because basically when you had pop in, hip hop and house, let's say, the experimental category at the beginning was kind of, I think, like, all right, for anyone that doesn't fit in a box, you can enter that. And I think a lot of people liked that, and they kind of found it like I think this is where you kind of you're like, oh, I can be a part of this scene without having to go in to do these things, and I can kind of be celebrated in my experimentalness. And there was a section of people that enjoyed that. Plus also the other people that were like, oh, I don't want to enter all these categories, I'm just going to enter this one. But I think for event organizers, the All Styles thing took over that, in the sense of like, oh, everyone would just enter.
To everybody.
Yeah.
Or everyone that was already in the battle scene.
Yeah. And I am going to bounce off that and say that's a disappointment for me, is the growth of... Actually, wait, was there more points you had to make? Or were you just wondering
That
on
was just a question, yeah.
I am... disappointed in the rise of All Stars battles. I don't like them. I think it's lazy. This coming from someone who
shots boy
who ran an All Stars battle though, with the biggest event we've ever run was an All Stars battle. However, here's what I'll say: is like, I don't mind All Stars battles or freestyle battles or whatever you want to call it with an intention. Like, what is your intention behind running the All Stars battles? Because I'm confident in mine, and mine was, we run All Stars with different categories. So it's like, it's not All Stars in the sense that in the same way, like maybe it's open style, like anyone can enter. Basically, it's a freestyle battle, but we set it to music because, in my opinion, music is the foundation of all the different styles. If you do it's not house dance, it's house music. And in a way, this is how the styles evolve. Like, there was no one around back in the days being like, house has to be like this and house has to be like this. That never existed, really. Like, I'm sure it did at some points, but it was the music that dictated that. If you're in house clubs all the time, if you dance a certain way and it just doesn't fit on it's like almost like natural selection and evolution. Like, it's just the traits that don't fit with the music fell off and nobody did them anymore. And then, like, you know, if you're a popper, you went to a funk club, and where that, you know, that fit the music more, and then you stayed there, and that's how these styles actually developed, is because of the music. So for me, my thing is like, in order to get back to what I think for me is the essence of the styles, we did musical categories as opposed to just being all styles. Now, a lot of people just throw in all styles battles because, and I'm generalizing when I say all styles as a whole category, but for me, majority of people throw it because it's just a catch-all thing where you're like, all right, if I do hip-hop, the breakers aren't going to come. If I do breaking, the poppers aren't going to come. Popping, the house dancers aren't going to come. If I do all styles, the majority of people will come. And I think what tends to happen, actually, is that you get the same amount of people because half the people go, fuck all styles battles, and don't come. So it's like you're shooting yourself in that. You might as well just make it strict to one thing. And on a wider sense, what you do is, now events lose the like culture, especially outside of the States, lose the culture surrounding the styles. So like house is supposed to be an exchange, ciphery, fun club style, right? But when you have a house battle where people just show up, do the battle and leave, or sorry, you have an all styles battle where house dancers will come but they just do the battle and leave or whatever, it's like there's no time for these things around the competition that are cultural things, right? And then we see that in the development of the styles, people's understanding of the culture. Like, you know, my generation wasn't the perfect generation because we were very battle heavy, but it's like we understood ciphers because every event we went to, there were real ciphers. There was like 2-3 hours of after party. Even there were after parties that were like you know, you might have the event that finishes at 10 and then until midnight or 1 a.m. there's an after party and everyone would stay. Or you had entire after parties that were like, right, the event's on a Saturday, but then Saturday night after the event, there's like a 6-hour after party or whatever. So then we understood ciphers. So when we went to a training spot or whatever, there was like cipher etiquette that had to go on, or there was like cultural things about the way that you danced hip hop that we understood because we're like, oh yeah, well, we see how people bounce in a club. So it's easy for me to take that into a thing. There's kids that are like the top of the hip hop scene who have never been to a fucking club. Do you know what I mean? And it's like your whole style comes from that. How do you not understand that? Or you haven't heard how a DJ is supposed to play for a party. So you can't tell when the DJ is doing a bad job. You're like, oh, isn't this just... So anyway, I think for me, All Styles, it ruins the culture around the dance. It doesn't actually do what the event organizers think it does in terms of bringing more people in. And it doesn't... It's not good to judge. Like if a breaker does 10 air flares and then the other guy kills all the musicality with intricate popping, how do you judge that unless you set a criteria, which we did. Not saying I'm the best, but that's what I'm thought about for these things. And yeah, I'm not saying all styles battles shouldn't happen or can't exist. I just think there needs to be a strong intention. Yeah, and the kind of blasé like, fuck it, we'll run an all styles battle with no real thought behind it. Like Free Spirit Festival in Germany run a lot of all-style type of categories. Like they'll have like a I forget their categories name, but if you go check out Free Spirit Festival, they have some really cool categories that are like, God, I can't even think of one. But I remember looking at their categories and being like, oh, this is how you would run an all-stars battle. Like they have type of like experimental type of things or this type of thing. So yeah, that's one of my disappointments on the battle scene. That's international, I think, though.
Highlight?
Highlights of the battle scene. I mean, I'm kind of glad Just Taboo's back. Although that's you know, people feel how they feel about everything. But I feel like I'm happy Just Taboo's back. I think I'm interested. It's not necessarily a highlight, but maybe. But I'm interested to see where the Dance Your Style stuff goes over time and how they kind of try and keep up like the cultural relevance and
that
stuff.
Feels tricky.
Oh yeah, for
it not to just run away and become like not Got to Dance, but you know, just something like so commercial. I
think I mean, if like I said this on one of the pods, I don't know if we deleted it or not, but I'm going to say it again. It's like, I think if you lose all the battlers that are into Dance Style,
yeah, you did say,
and it's just influencers one year, you're going to see that's one of the main things for them to keep. But I know the people that work with the like Red Bull dancers, and I also know the Red Bull dancers, and it seems like everybody's happy. Like I think they're doing a great job of like keeping everyone happy.
Nice.
So fingers crossed that stays. That's a main thing. But I think then the music is the next big thing for me, for them to
figure out.
Yeah.
Where were we? We were at World Breaking Classic and IBE this year. Those are the two. I think just a reflection for me, which is a silly one or obvious one, but I'm obviously somewhat of an outsider to it. It's just how close knit the scene seems, and to just noticing and even following people that I've met at those two battles, and like everyone getting around and it being just more close knit than I maybe anticipated, and that being on a community vibe, like a really nice thing to see. And that I don't think London's, well, it's definitely not the cheapest place to live, but I just know the investment that is made to travel about. And I just think it's a really cool thing that people are committed to traveling, and we have our opinions about more people from here going and doing it, but
it's a lot better these days.
It's just been a really cool thing to have more of an idea about this year. I feel like such a guest. I promise I was more involved when I was younger, but I am nearly 40 and I do have other things to do.
But I would say,
but I love it.
Like, if I can speak on behalf of the entire battle scene, which I do regularly, probably shouldn't. Let's talk about funk music. No, guys, we're not bringing that back up again. Get rid of it. No, I'm joking. I didn't mean it, guys. I'm sorry. All I was going to say is that I think there's and maybe there's certain people that have had loud voices that have made people feel like this. But I think there's sometimes a feeling of people that come to events or something as like, oh, this is a community. And like kind of you identify yourself as like an outsider. But it's like, I don't think that's true or even really a thing, because it's like, it is a community in a way, and there's people that have been around longer and been around less, but it's like, I think for me it's like an outsider, or the only person I would like qualify as an outsider is someone who like comes in with the wrong intentions of like, I'm gonna come in and take advantage or do this. Like you came to like you're friends with the Ruggeds, like you have a lot of friends in the battle scene, even if you don't battle as much yourself. Like you come and come to the jams and enjoy, like you come and watch and support people. You pay your ticket money. You're not trying to like cheaply get in. You know what I mean? Like,
do I?
No, but as in, if people want to give you hookups, that's different to like you've been to plenty of battles that you've like paid to enter and bought drinks. And these are the sort of things that actually
are necessary.
Also, this is for the battlers. Is that we need to encourage more is people like you, where you like, that's why I don't want you to say you're an outsider, because it's like by you come in, paying your ticket entry, buying drinks, enjoying the jams, like this is what we do it for.
I guess it's a thing of like, if with your disposable income you're choosing to travel around Europe and come and hang out at the jams, then like we thank you for your service.
Hell yeah. And it's like you bring the vibes, like sometimes like the dancers.
I do.
Well, you specifically. But sometimes some of the dancers are the fucking deadest people. I mean, I'm the worst for it. I'm like, right, the battle's over, peace, I'm going home.
There is a balance between being on job and doing what you came to do, and also just enjoying what is often like a really well curated thing. So I don't think
you should think of yourself as an outsider. You're one of us. And everybody plays a different role, there's DJs that don't battle, there's battlers that don't do anything besides fucking battle and not get through prelims. Like you are like someone that comes and like sometimes enters, but like you enjoy the after part. Like everybody has their place, and that's what makes it a whole community, as opposed to like, do you know what I mean? Like if we were all battlers, like they would be dead.
Should we drift so that we...
Oh, I have one more disappointment.
Okay.
For the UK, I'm sorry, guys.
It's fine.
No, all right. I don't want to... Disappointment is strong. I think next year, I'm going to phrase it positively. Next year, let's see what we can do about the popping scene in the UK.
What needs to be done?
There is a transition that has happened. I'll try and make this quick. There was a generation where there was like really strong poppers in the UK, and it was like a lot of them, and it was like Brooke, Marvel, Sean, Dix, and Parrot, like this generation. A lot of them stopped battling.
Does Paris fall into that?
Yes, surprisingly, like she's not the same generation, but she was competing on the same level as them. Age. She just shot up early,
Right, got you.
Like she's younger, but
same time.
Yeah, she was battling at the same time. She's the same like battle generation, but not age, I guess.
Got you.
And a lot of them stopped battling. I mean, they still are around, but it's not like they're not at every battle as much as they used to be. And then in that, like, there's like, it creates kind of a void where the next generation will like come up, which is so fair and normal. But I think the current scene is like, there's a lot less high level dancers as there used to be, I think. Because it used to be really like, there's like 7, 8, maybe more like international level battlers traveling around. There's less who are, and I'm talking like on an international scale, there's less now. And I think it's something that, it takes time, and I understand that, but I think there's like a bit of a vacuum where like the hip hop scene is oversaturated with good people. Like there are like a lot of good hip hop dancers in the country. And I think what will happen is the current generation, or like the young kids that are coming up, will find it very difficult to get through prelims and stuff in hip hop.
Yeah.
And which is what I think happened in reverse. Like, because not a lot of people could get through prelims in pop-in, that's why the hip hop scene is so big now, because they saw a void and they were like, well, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And one of multiple reasons. So now I think it will happen in reverse, where the young kids will come up and, well, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do pop-in, because there's more chance to actually be seen. And then the next generation will grow. But I think, like, let's make a conscious effort to push it and to like travel, to get out there, to raise the level. And last thing, sorry, this is something I feel incredibly passionate about, and I'm not going to go on a tangent about it, but all I will say is push individuality. If you look at Omni and if you look at Silk, admittedly my two favorite poppers in the country, but they look different to each other and they look different to everyone else. Battling is not only about the wins, it's not only about jumping in the battles to compete. It's an art, and it's about bringing your artistic expression to a competition. And if you want a concrete way, I've said this so many times, but more...
So hear it, okay.
So hear it again, is like more people will gain stuff from being an individual, even if they don't win, than people who will win but aren't individuals. So it's like, we need artistic expression in this fucking battle scene, and a lot of people just jump in to pop like their favorite popper or to do what's accepted. And yeah, you might get to semi-finals and finals more often, but we all forget about you the next day.
At what cost, people?
At what cost? And it doesn't push the scene. It doesn't encourage anyone to think outside the box. It's not we're artists, we're creatives, and I think this is something that sometimes lacks in the popping scene. So technique, history, foundation, great, but a big component of it is creativity. And I think we need that. I'm passionate about that. It stresses me out when I don't see it.
Clearly.
And shout out to the people that do it. Me loves ya. As Lee would say. All right, sorry, that was my last.
That's okay.
Any more on that, or did we want to move on?
I did have a question, but let's move on.
Yeah, before he sets me off again.
No, just before we are talking for like an hour and a half about the first bullet point.
Tell us when we need to move on.
Yeah.
Let's go, theatre. I hand over to you.
The one that comes to mind is just kind of the state of funding feels a bit disappointing. Arts Council, obviously, like big L.
Rest in peace.
Like, honestly, rest in peace to Grantium. Like, the whole portal with which you submit your applications just crumbled this year. And some companies and some people really do depend on project grants and the funding, which kind of speaks to a wider problem, obviously, about resources. But like, I'm kind of entering... Again, we'll see, because I really just want to be fuck ace, honestly. But as I go to put in a bid, and now you have to wait up to 12 weeks for a decision. I think it was 6 or 8 before. So that's 3 months that you're kind of in limbo with a project. And again, for me, I would say that the piece is maybe like 10% of my actual career hangs on that funding. It would be a bummer and we'd have to go back to square one somewhat in the planning, but like, my life goes on. But for some, that's really not the case. And
because after 3 months, that's 3 months to get the decision. And then if you get it, then you have to start the planning
delivery
and like contacting people and booking them and all that. So it's like, really, it's going to be like 5 months, 6 months before you can even start. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Like, lame. Kind of, I think, inexcusable from the national funding body. Like,
yeah, I
lame.
mean, it's easy to say for me, but it's like, you know, all that money that you're giving away, can't you just divert some of it to like hiring more people or fixing your website? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, like, it literally worked. It looks like LimeWire.
Yeah, it's
or
not
MySpace.
It's a bit old.
It's so ye oldie. It is insane. And it still kind of is now that it's up and running again. But yeah, I think that was a big L in the theatre scene. I also, I don't know. Let's not pull this one out for a reel. So maybe not everyone will see it. But I saw the worst piece of theatre I've ever seen in my life.
Cut it for a real market.
Oh my God.
Go on, what was it?
The Millie Rock show.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was like a documentary.
No, it was a theatre piece platformed at Queen Elizabeth Hall on South Bank as part of the Emma Warren, who wrote the Dance Your Way Home book. She had a festival at South Bank, and that was where Saskia did their sensory safe cipher. It was a big initiative, but me and Jade went to see it, and there are just some pieces you see and you are equal parts annoyed that it's been platformed, but also galvanized, because you think if that can get it, so can I. So I won't pull apart the work. I mean, I already have, because I said it's the worst piece of theatre I've ever seen. But I will say the room was, I'd say, a quarter full. I would say that people left. People were walking out. People had the giggles.
Sounds like free.
And it was, yes. That
vibe?
Yes.
And we ain't bleeping
arguably worse because of the Queen Elizabeth Hall South, the prestige.
Yeah.
From when I started counting,
you know this is going to be bad if she had the mental space to start counting stuff.
The piece started with 108 counts of marked Millie Rocks.
108
counts
of just. Who choreographed this?
His name. He's from Basel. A man called Jeremy.
Yeah, where the Millie Rock famously came from.
I do think he's a black man, but still.
I mean,
yes. To be honest, it got fun, but not in the way I imagine was intended. But yes, over 108 counts of Millie rocking to start the piece.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Somebody wrote in the comments once, they put in air quotes, "Can I say something?" Luke about to say his most diabolical take. This is something that I think is a not a loophole, but like something that things slip through the cracks, because I get the intention behind it, but I think it causes a lot of bullshit. It's like, first of all, there's people that are better at writing applications than they are at making work.
Go on.
And it's like and I mean, listen, this happens with a lot of stuff where it's like there's battlers that are great at marketing and pretty shit at battling, and they get booked because they're a big name, but they only became a big name because they know how to market themselves. And I'm the first one to be like, fair play, you know, like I'm all for the marketing. I mean, you know, that's my shit. But there's people in this world that are fantastic at selling a piece. They're terrible at making a piece, but they get funding because it looks so good on paper, and that's become its own art form.
Yes.
And then they go and make the piece and it's shit.
Yeah,
and also
absolutely.
They think it's with good intentions. I don't think anyone's...
It's worth saying, actually, that I have learned that the amount of kind of truth bending in application writing is actually ridiculous, and I think speaks even more to the system of it being broken, because I'm like, oh, we don't need to have really locked the partners in. We're just saying stuff like, this is ridiculous. Like, I think the whole thing is silly. I was mostly, not to stop Luke in his flow.
No, because I'll go on for
but my main was about when I watched that work. My thing to Jade was they must have been they were clearly really good at selling this.
Yeah.
And that is a skill that you need. And again, I don't think that's that choreographer's fault.
No.
But where's the kind of complete process in that also needing to lead to good work? And I don't feel bad about voicing that I really didn't like it, because you're allowed to not like things. But I did, outside of me not liking it, I just don't. It wasn't good. And
Love
the
you.
room full of people, the people leaving and the people with the giggles affirmed that for me. Like, this is not just me. This room is confused, which tells me it wasn't good, which tells me there's some kind of failing on the venue's part, on the programming department's part, to actually look at what on earth they'd given 3 nights at Queen Elizabeth Hall or 2 nights. Yeah, like crazy behaviour.
It's one thing if it's a scratch night.
Yeah, and it wasn't. Yeah.
But sorry, I think the why I went off on my rant was like, I'm sure that they put in some, like, because it's like, okay, you're doing a Millie Rock piece, but like, why are you the person to do a Millie Rock piece first of all? Because it's like, for people in New York, where I believe it originated, they're like, that's a real cultural movement does, and we see this all the time.
It was about viral dance crazes and who owns them, and
some guy from Basel doesn't fucking
something of that nature.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Highlight, I've seen a lot more, and I guess no, it's not specific to theatre actually, but I suppose just the wider ecosystem and with relation to funding, I'm seeing a lot more like micro grants.
Yes, that's cool.
Really, really cool, from like really small organizations just circulating money. It whiffs of food banks a little bit to me, where in the way of like, why are we being left to support each other? Like, why is this where we've come to, that someone who is also maybe not struggling, but, you know, isn't making it rain on these hoes, but yet I'm giving away £150 randomly to people that just like comment. Like, why is that where we're at? And I applaud it, and I think it's amazing, and I intend to join the ranks in the new year. But it does make me sad, because there are foundations and ACE and these buildings that have the cash but just don't circulate it properly. And I think it's nice to know that once you're in with venues or with ACE, that it gets easier for you and you're kind of in the system. But until when? Until you just decide to not do it anymore. Like, that doesn't feel like a conveyor belt that helps sustain the industry as a whole. It just helps sustain that few that eventually get access and then just stay having access, which is another L.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry about it.
No, I'm with you. Is that air conditioning actually on? Oh, can we put it down a bit more? Are you hot?
No, I'm okay.
Cool.
You're just getting hot and bothered.
Yeah, a little
hot, bothered and passionate.
Yeah.
Temper. Should we move on to the commercial aspect?
All right, I'll take this one. No, I'm joking.
Commercially speaking, auditions seem to be coming around more frequently, which is a good thing. I just think the more face-to-face, like, I did a self-tape, which I didn't mind a few weeks ago, but for that to be the only way that a lot of people were getting seen is really tricky. And
because you can sell yourself better in real life.
I think you can sell yourself better in real life. I think the time investment is a lot lower. Like, if I have to, I mean, depending on where you live, I suppose, sure. But the time to practice sitting in a car and then alien goes by the window, and like, I had one where you were in a yoga class and you were going through the class, but then something strange was coming over the tannoy and you were looking around at your other students.
Wait, let me do it. Hold on. What's yoga? How do we do yoga?
Downward facing dog and warrior 2 and all that jazz, yeah.
Yeah, keep adding stuff.
And you're looking around at the rest of the class and they don't seem to be hearing it. I can't remember what the other aspect was, but I was like, how many invisible things do you want me to see in my living room? Like, this is
and
crazy.
You're eating an ice cream and you're on fire.
Crazy. And then there's and edit it all into one video and overlay this tune. It's like you're really making assumptions about skill sets, guys. Like,
that is long. I thought it was just like film yourself doing the thing, but yeah, if it's editing and
I think it's a bit much and excludes some people. I think. So yeah, I think self-tapes are still a bit disappointing as a thing, and it should maybe be reduced to those that can't get. I think it's great so that, you know, people in Leeds aren't having to get to London to be seen for a thing. Then it becomes inclusive. But generally, I think in-person casting should...
Yeah, or make it a one take, just set up your phone and film the thing. If it has edits, it's like, no, you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of
ask me to edit.
Commercial projects. Like Wicked's coming again soon, and obviously the last film was such a big win for the UK commercial.
Yeah, everyone got hired.
Yeah,
I don't know anyone that wasn't in Wicked. I think I might have been in Wicked. I didn't know.
I wasn't.
You weren't? Okay,
yeah. But it was, that one was a big win. I don't know if we've had another one since. I do want to highlight, I don't know, do you know Sebastian Teal? I know him because he used to do that, Breaking Convention used to do that initiative in the half term where the kids would like write and direct a music video, Future Elements. And he used to direct the music video, but he's just the second season of the show he's directed, Dreaming Whilst Black.
I've heard
is out. Yeah, it's a BBC show. But Jodie Simone, who's also from our scene, she did costume design for it, and Jade did some choreography for it. So that's like a really cool one that wraps up some people from the scene, which is nice. It seems like it's quite a disappointing year, but another thing that I was talking to my associate at Lion Witch about is the diversity efforts seem to be going away somewhat in the race diversity department. I think that Jade, myself, Rhymes to a degree, Theo, Godson to a degree, I feel that we were maybe lucky to be swept up in the efforts to diversify with our relevant plays and shows that we did. And while that gave us a bit of acceleration in our careers, I suppose, it's not being sustained, it doesn't seem like to me, and not for us in particular, and we're all still working, but it feels like that's dying down, and that's a bit lame. I've got to say this, and this isn't the choreographer's fault, and it came out last year, I think, not this year, but there's no world in which a white woman should be choreographing the Bob Marley biopic, and you just can't tell me different.
Oh, if you want to open that can of worms.
She had a black male assistant, and that's great. But some jobs you just pass on. You can mentor him. You can be with him every day. But next to choreographer in the credits for the Bob Marley biopic, there should not be a white woman's name.
I'm not going to say
British
anything.
white woman also. It's not like she lives on the island. Like, she's nowhere fucking near it.
I'm not going to say anything besides just one phrase, and then I'm just going to say one statement, and then we're going to move on, and I'm not going to go on a thing. But it's like, there are plenty of hip-hop dance productions that I feel exactly the same about. Based on your demographic, why are you choreographing the things that you choreograph?
Tumbleweed rolls across the table. You should get a bit of tumbleweed.
Yeah, just
to like throw across the table at certain points when nothing else needs to be said. We've had a really good year, but there are still things to improve, and I think that's okay to admit.
Nice.
Next.
Good. Yeah, let's move on.
Spent way too long on that.
That's okay.
I need to shut up.
Any memorable moments of 2025? Like maybe if you had to choose a couple.
Personal?
Scene-wide?
Yeah.
No, scene-wide, yeah. We're not personal yet.
I mean, Dancer Style has to be up there.
You might need to give us
yeah.
Like, just the scale of it. Like,
what?
Dance Your Style, LA.
Yeah.
Has to be up there as like a memorable moment for me anyway. I think there's a lot I did a whole podcast on it, but there's a lot to say positive and negative, but it definitely was a memorable moment. I think Jack of All Trades, again, That was this year? Yeah.
This year.
Jack of all trades is always memorable. It may be possible that I'm not going to be at it in 2026, which is going to break my little heart.
Personal, but not Crash Fest. Surely,
Crash Fest was a memorable moment. Absolutely.
surely.
Yeah, that is great. I mean, IBE also. I've had some good memorable moments this year.
What about you, Tally?
I won't lie. I
don't remember anything.
No, I think I've had my year's been a bit more self-serving, I have to say, and I maybe I've seen some things, but it just hasn't been my focus to be so of the scene.
Yeah, but like I stuff that's a memorable moment.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting, cool. But that feels personal. That's
yeah, but it's still
personal.
a dance related. I mean, it's not
Still-
like the time I spent with my uncle.
Yeah.
Or like Jams and Gems weekend was fun. No, I don't know.
Yeah, so fun. I think
Saturdays.
Saturdays were memorable.
That was it.
I think Sweet Spots have been really cool this year.
Building your piece.
Choreodrome was super cool. These are so personal. Sorry, I
Sure.
really didn't get that was the way that you meant.
Just things that you find memorable. So if you haven't been
All the things I've done this year.
Nice. Okay, let's move on then. Let's move on to prediction roulette. I don't know why it's a roulette because it's not really a roulette. It's just predictions, but it just seemed more fun. Sorry.
It rolls off the tongue nicer, I
Okay.
suppose.
So I wanted to start with our classic. Oh, sorry.
No, continue.
Our classic ones to watch, but an edition for 2026.
Ooh.
So we need a one to watch battler, a one to watch performer, and a one to watch choreographer.
Ooh.
For 2026, who is up and coming that we need to keep an eye on?
Battler. UK international.
Maybe
Any.
both
Global,
either.
baby.
Do you have any for choreographer or performer? Because I think.
Oh yeah, my thinking cap is on.
Okay, battler for 2026. There's a lot, to be honest. I mean, Ian, who we saw at Dance Your Style. I think he could for Dance Your Style for sure. I think he could do well in the battle scene if he wanted to in 2026.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of like hip hop dancers who I think will continue to grow. Like Dead Homies is one that I spoke about from a long time ago, but I think he's being really consistent and really pushing himself from the new up and coming level to like cementing himself. I think he could definitely be, he is one to watch for 20 because he'll just continue to be good. I mean, Luciano just came back to battling. He did Flavor Armor was his first battle back after a bit of a hiatus, and he did well Dancer Style. So if he's like been gassed up by this tail end of the year, maybe like he's gonna come and smoke some people in 2026.
He was wicked.
Yeah, he's really fucking good, especially in his element of hip hop as opposed to like Dancer Style.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of like there's Lil Ken's like Deacon's younger one. There's this young kid who Kuti did a battle with. He did Fusion Concept with his, I don't know if it's his brother or his younger like student. I think there's a bunch. I think there's a lot of promising up and coming battlers. Those are a few. I mean, there's more for sure.
Performer, I say this with heavy bias, and I guess I am just wanting to spotlight, as opposed to people a lot of us might know that are just good and keep watching, but ones we may not. I just realised that as a result of having two really young folks at III this go round, had two 17-year-olds, and just like the choices that they're talking about in terms of like where to study or like what area of the working world they might want to go into, and they both how would you pronounce the surname that is spelt Muir?
Oh,
right?
Muir.
Yeah.
Muir. Let's go Muir. Isaac Muir, soon to come out
Yeah.
Brit. I spotlight him because I used to teach him at zoo when he was a little sproglet. And
Sounds racist.
it's really interesting to teach kids where you obviously have no commonalities and where the dynamic is so clear, and especially somewhere like Zoo Nation's Academy of Dance, where you're going in to teach foundations as opposed to III, which is a lot more holistic and leaves more room for the student to speak, I suppose. So to meet him again at that age and see, like, he's got a really beautiful, mature movement quality that I think once he's decided where he wants to put it, I think he will be one to watch. I know lots of really good young dancers, but there's a richness to his dance that I definitely don't see very frequently on young ones. Choreographer, I just think that Toby Winfield Robinson's great, but I don't think he needs to be one to watch because he's definitely got eyes on him and is working and teaching and things. But I just think that his foundations are really clear to see. And as someone where that's not the case for me, I'm not judging that as a thing. But I think where it is becoming less of a thing in the choreo scene to see form, I suppose, I really appreciate that I can see his hip hop training in his dance. So a spotlight for him.
Wicked.
2 menses, so sorry.
Now who's not about diversity?
But you know what the thing is? Yeah, just a little thing on that. I think about this even when I'm curating my creative teams, and I'm like, women, and make sure black people, and I'm like, I'm not the one that needs to be holding that responsibility. Like it's been enough for me to even get to a place where I am picking a creative team. So all you majorities that do take up all of that space, you diversify your teams, okay? You focus on doing
I also
that.
think
Thank you. We won't get too heavy into it.
No, but I just on a quick thing on that is like I've said this about the pod before, but it's like I feel like, you know, especially on like small scale teams or whatever, when it's about representation of like not just color of your skin, but representation of like backgrounds and voices and that type of thing. So first of all, exactly what you said, like you being in a position, the people you're bringing with you, regardless of their skin color, are going to be a different, and that's the whole point of diversity, is like a different background and upbringing and way of seeing the world, right? That could be class, they could be all white, but if it's a lower class thing, that's another representation that we need. But also I think for me, and the thing that helps me sleep at night, whether people agree with it or not, is I think, like, you know, if you are a naturally like diverse, you're around naturally diverse people, it will happen naturally. And there might be like projects that you do that are more male focused or whatever, but it's like, I always use our pod as an example. Like, I've never once thought, we need to have a female representation on the pod. And I've never once thought we need to have different races on the pod. But like our core group, besides Lewis, who's a white British guy, actually he's Armenian, so that's one thing. But it's like,
is he?
Yeah, he's Armenian. Yeah, he's just like people just class
white presenting.
Yeah, white presenting. It's like we have like 3 women in the room. Jen's the other co-host. Then we've got even like Lee, Abe, Mus, who are part of our core team, are like from Barbados, Iran and Barbados and Egypt. And it's like I've never once tried to make a diverse team, but we have a diverse team just because we're a diverse group of friendship groups. And even in terms of like Sophia being like French and from Switzerland, like she's from Portugal, these are all different perspectives, different age ranges. You know, Sophia's like super duper old. I'm like really young and like fresh and like I'm, you know, in touch with like the youth of today and stuff like that.
I think my point is more, we work twice as hard for half as much. So once I get here,
I'm putting on who I want. Fuck it.
And you who work half as hard to get twice as much, you can worry about questioning your bias. That's not what I'm going to be concerning myself with once I eventually, by the grace of fucking God, get in the position. Next.
Nice.
Events to be in 2026.
Well,
it can be any type of event, doesn't have to be only battles.
So
looking at Luke,
it will be Jams and Gems 5th next year.
Oh, let's go.
A CEO of the
Ruggeds fan club.
Ruggeds fan club. I can confirm that's a thing. I'd made a commitment to taking Sweet Spot Sundays to the club at least once next year.
Sick.
And a partner is appearing.
Ooh.
So that will be great. And if all goes well, my Tight will premiere next year as well. So
yes,
my first feature length thing.
looking forward to that. Definitely Beyond Doubt, assuming it comes back 2026. I would say Dance Your Style Zurich, depending on the program that they do for the week. I think it's going to be worth it for battlers. But I think just spectacle wise, like, you're right, don't die. Ina's just trying to kill herself. Let's cut that. Dance Your Style, Just Taboo, and Beyond Doubt are probably like the three biggest like top styles events in this side of the world. And I think they're worth going to, whether or not you think that they're good for the scene or they capture the essence and blah blah. I also feel all those things, but like, I think just being there for the spectacle and just seeing dance in a 10,000 seat arena, it does, regardless of if you think it's trash or the dancers aren't as good or whatever. Like, you do leave there with a sense of like, wow, like we could really do. It's kind of what you said, you know, like if that exists and there's that much of a demand for dance, 10,000 people.
Whether you enjoy it or not, just being around that will be galvanizing.
Yeah, galvanizing is a great word. Yeah, so I think those ones.
IBE has an anniversary this year as well. 25, 20.
Oh, is it? I don't know. That would be good.
Yeah, which is a fun thing. So yeah, I think there'll be lots.
Yeah, and plus the ones to be announced that haven't been announced. Ooh. I am not saying that because I know any. I'm just saying there will be some.
Oh.
Sophia's had a glint in her eye.
Mind, but I won't say.
Okay.
Is that 2027 though?
Oh.
Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
Is it Capsule related?
Oh, Capsule. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, we're gonna I can't even. Should I announce it now?
Maybe let's keep it.
Yeah, let's hold on to it until we've actually tried to do something.
2027.
2026.
Okay.
I'm like, I want to make something happen, but we'll announce it when we have something.
Can you tell me?
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's move on. Wants to watch music edition.
Ooh, fun.
I put this list: artists, producer, DJs, but it can be anything you want.
Ones
like,
to watch is
scene.
tricky because you mean like emerging, don't you?
Oh, just pick ones that you would recommend people check out. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be in this. It can be like hip hop related, maybe like dance related. Doesn't have to be like from the scene, but.
I found.
You know, the thing is, I listen to a lot of like not cool hip hops. I listen to a lot of rap, but all the people that come into my mind is like up and coming artists are all like younger, like sing-songy Ed Sheeran type of.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Like there's
listen to that stuff.
Oh, listen. There's a girl called Livia. I mean, I have no business trying to put her on because she has way more followers.
Olivia?
No, Livia.
I was going to say, you're not talking about Olivia Dean, are you? Because I think everyone knows about her.
Olivia
She's already been
Gabriel Jacobi, who I think I'm late to the party about. But
I literally just added one of his songs in my...
Baby. Is it Baby?
Give us a 5-second non-copyright.
Very nice.
I thought you were going to ask me to sing it.
No.
Not.
Give us the vibe.
It's very nice.
I see. This is very Tally.
But his voice is sick.
Okay, yeah, I'm into this one.
Very, very nice.
This is
sometimes algorithms are cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, okay. Luke and his feelings, boy.
All right, that's enough. We're gonna just get muted.
She's from Nottingham.
Oh,
there's an artist called By Alexander who I think we may know some of his music if we hear it, but not know him as
a face.
Yeah, or just place By Alexander like with him. But I didn't realize until he posted on his Insta some kind of interior design thing about a house being up for sale for a ridiculous amount of money that is Alex the Kid's alias, and Alex the Kid is a huge British music producer, and he went to the States and did lots there, but he's actually done loads here, but like in our time. And I was like, I grew up knowing Alex the Kid's name, and now he makes like super jazzy alternative music. There was a video that Dominant did with Justin Conti, an American guy. It's like black and white in the tube. Have you seen it?
Don't think so.
That was to one of the
Sick.
songs. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out Alex the Kid as someone that's somewhat.
Are you having a little 5-second vibe?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was that.
I was just looking for the back in the day music, but I can't find it. I'm just seeing lots of Eminem and.
Can I shout out an up and coming DJ for 2026?
Yeah.
Sophia.
Go
Freaking
on.
Sophia, baby.
Sup, here.
Getting into her DJ bag. She's DJing this. No, not well. Let's cut that part. She's DJ. She's DJ'd some stuff for the Capsule already, and we'll be doing much more in 2026.
Yeah.
Or else.
Hopefully.
Or else.
Or else.
You must.
Yeah, there is a bit of.
God forbid you mention a hobby around Luke.
Honestly,
literally.
can I say that actually? that I was saying this at III. I do think it's really important to have some creative out for us as creatives and freelancers, to have one that is just for you, and that you're not trying to monetize or like try to fold into the
I'm the
rest.
worst at this.
I get it, and I've done it. And it didn't kill DJing for me, but DJing was the thing that I wanted to keep for myself. And I did until I was like, oh my God, collating this music library thing is way more than I've got the patience for. Yeah. But I do think it's really important or that you do have hobbies. Like if you are going to fold it all in, you have to have something separate. But I think the extra challenge is to find something that you could monetize and don't. I think that's the true.
Yeah. But I think DJing is hard, no? Because it's like the whole point is you're playing music for people.
Yeah.
Well, not in like the world of mixes.
Sure. You could create.
Which I loved.
But then who would be listening? It's
SoundCloud. Like you upload them.
Yeah,
mixes.
but like as it like for people to listen to in a way. It's like not so like, for example, you can.
Oh, I see. In terms of doing it for yourself.
Yeah, like if you do knitting, you can knit yourself clothes and not ever do it for anyone else.
Yeah, fair.
But like
the
photography,
practice
DJing
of it, I found really therapeutic. And the same way as like, I guess crate digging. Or just like finding new music. Like I find that like just a really cool thing. And before stems came along and made edits and blends really easy, when you actually had to, I'm sure people could argue this and I'm not an expert, but like finding songs that went really well together, it was just a cool like science almost that I enjoyed exploring and now do not.
Cool.
Sick. Collaboration we want to see in 2026.
The Capsule and people with lots of money.
Bars.
Nice.
Collaborations between organizations or
anything.
I would love. Okay, so Beyond Doubt has done a lot of like collaborations in the sense that all their top 8 comes from qualified events. So like they had it at World Breaking Classic, Fusion Concept, Battle Bad. I would love to see that expand more and more and more. I know the temptation is to like get to the 8 guests and stop, but it's like it would be sick if there was like a 16. The first day was like all 16 guests against 16 qualified or something, and it just like I'd love to see that expand. I think that's one thing that Red Bull do well, obviously because of their money. But it's like Dance Your Style has like qualifiers, like 53 qualifiers or whatever it was, 52 around the world. Is crazy, and it's sick to see those people. And they do this thing where you have to be from the country, so it's like I can't just fly to Slovenia and qualify or something, but like so you do actually see people from their city, and I love that you see the people from different parts of the world. So yeah, I'd love to see more that type of thing, more qualifiers.
I'd love to see some collabs between like dance style choreographers that have a specific or specialize in a style and the choreo ones. I feel like we had a bit of that some years ago, but I'd love to pair like Sean with someone where it still made sense, like Dylan, where he's got it, but like he's got popping in his arsenal, not where it's like worlds away. But I'd love to see. It doesn't feel super separate the way that it did when Kashmir had his poster that he was putting everywhere. Fusions don't exist. But I'd love to see like another go round of the worlds meshing a little bit in that way.
I'm not mad at that.
All right, sounds good. Should we move on to the Would You Rather?
Sure.
kind of quick fire, maybe.
Sure.
Let's do it, Luke.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, look at him.
Every comment you hear on this podcast
About
or any
speeding up.
podcast about speeding up, keeping it short, quick fire is all aimed directly at Luke. But it's fine.
All right, first one. Would you rather have one legendary S-tier round or performance that everyone remembers forever, or have consistent, solid rounds that are good but not necessarily memorable?
A.
It's the one versus, like, I'd rather have
What's S tier? I've never heard that before.
Like,
super tier.
yeah.
Super
I don't
tier?
know. I just,
I mean, I get that what it means
Yeah.
because of how it's been said, but what does S stand for? Do you know?
I don't know, actually.
Sexy tier.
Maybe.
I would rather have consistent legendary rounds that like are not as high level but not consistent. You know what I mean? Like it's hard because it's just one of them. Like
Yeah, but
I
it
don't-
doesn't say what the rest of your practice is, so it's not doesn't say that the rest is shit.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
right.
going for the one.
Yeah, if that's the caveat that it's like, okay, it's one legendary round, and then once people use that to go and dig into your art, a bunch of other cool stuff that you like, but isn't, you know.
As someone that doesn't battle that regularly, like one would be enough for me.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you just need one in.
Would you rather dance a section of a theatre show to no music, or dance a section of a theatre show to spoken
Fucking
words?
A without am I can
But
you hear
no
me?
music at all.
Without-
Mic on.
Hesitation.
I mean, I made a whole piece to my mum's
Oh,
voice,
actually,
so-
it depends on the spoken word because that was nice.
Yeah, where you're
I'm
thinking
imagining
of,
the bullshit, yeah.
My Wife and Kids.
Which one's that?
The Sun's poem.
Oh, yeah. Vaguely.
Yeah, I think now I would say no music actually, but I don't see the stigma of spoken word is
I mean,
I think of it as just said
Yeah.
words being said as opposed to the on the day the Abe stuff.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On
If
the
it's
day.
like spoken words like Crystal Pite style, I'd rather that. Oh,
Conversation, yeah.
I'd chop off
Yeah.
my leg to do that.
Don't.
I won't. I wouldn't. Be good
Quick
enough to
fire,
do it,
yeah.
But yeah.
Next, would you rather only be able to enter a 1v1 for the rest of your life, or only enter a 2v2 for the rest?
As in, we can only enter, or the 1v1s
1v1.
don't exist, or
Like,
You.
as in, you can only enter 1v1, or you can only enter 2v2.
1v1.
I'm gonna say 1v1 because the 2v2s aren't good. Besides, like Just Taboo and Beyond, even yeah.
Oh, the things available to
Yeah,
actually
like if
enter.
I was to only
Interesting.
like if it was like
Mm.
would the scene only have 2v2s or would the scene only have 1v1s? I'd rather 2v2s because I think that like having crew and connection and stuff is way better.
Interesting.
But like if based on the way the categories are now, if I could only enter 2v2s, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm stuck with not that many good events.
I see. Interesting. I didn't think about it that way, so that's good.
Mm.
Would you rather have every of your shows be recorded for TV,
It's like
as in like
performances.
a performance,
Yeah.
Mm.
or none of your shows ever recorded but remembered by people?
The second one.
First one.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd rather the memories than it be recorded.
I increasingly. Oh, guys, Mum Edit More's been put in the BFI National Archive.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Yeah, cool. Hey,
That's very cool.
in the spirit of archiving, and
Mm.
like once we are not here,
Yeah, all right. Now
I
you've-
would like
yep.
my work to be there to be a version of it.
I changed my mind now. I say what Tally says.
You
No,
influence.
she's right. She's right.
Would you rather learn 10 different routines in a week, every week for 3 months? Or would you rather learn and perfect one and only routine for 3 months?
The first one,
Second one.
learn 10. Why you?
That's too much.
But then you do the same routine over and over again for 3 months.
Yeah, but you didn't say daily. If it just meant I couldn't learn anything else for 3 months, that's kind of the life that I'm living at the moment. So that's fine.
Okay. Found a
But
loophole.
10 a week that's 40 a month. That's 120 routines in 3 months. That's more than I can.
But that's basically the 100 days
Yeah.
challenge kind of thing. I mean, it's like if it was 7 a week, that would be a bit more reasonable. But yeah,
If I could learn, like if I could actually take on that amount of information. Yeah, no. I'm trying to talk myself around to it making sense, but it doesn't make sense for me because I'll just have learnt them.
yeah, but you've learned so many. Like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, if I had to pick between one of those two, it's like, what me now am I going to gain from learning one routine for 3 months? I'm like, I'll be so bored for no reason.
But
Whereas,
you're not going. Sorry,
No.
are you going to class like every week and learning it again, or are you just learning it once and then that's all you can do?
Specific.
Like, because I'm not trying to go to the same class for 3 months and learn the same thing. But if I can only learn one,
no, I think it's
know
that
what I mean?
you have to go the same amount I do, but I'm learning new stuff.
that's that's not what
I know.
you're saying. That. In that case, I would learn different routines. Yeah, sure.
Yay.
All right.
I won.
Would you rather have complete creative freedom but minimal crowds, or have tight directions but massive crowds?
You mean everything that we do currently? This is our choice on a daily basis. I
Yeah,
find.
exactly.
I think tight
Both?
direction isn't at the other end of the scale. So I can work with tight directions and have massive crowds. But if they're tight directions that are like against my, like, I can't even think of an
morals
example.
or-
Yeah. But I don't mind working to a brief. Yeah.
I would say
I'd do the latter.
both would be ideal. Like, I'm the same as you. Like, I can do, but I also like having, like, this pod, like, where we are going to get to a point where it has to be it's getting more structured as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
But those days with, like, me, you, and Abe just eating shit and talking nonsense and just not we would sit down, guys, sometimes with nothing planned. We haven't researched anything.
Sometimes, the majority of the time,
and
at the beginning.
be like, what are we talking about? I don't know. Let's just sit down and start talking and see
They
what
were
comes
the
up.
best.
And I'm glad we did those. I think they were fun. And
I think the difference here is the second one, I must be employed.
oh, you got to be paying, yeah.
No, just in terms of there must be another client in that case. Like, don't have me thinking it's my project.
Oh, yeah.
But then you're coming in with like, yeah, but this. You employ me and then do all of that.
Yeah,
I think. But I think the latter for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
At
say
this
both,
stage.
which isn't really an answer. But
It's not
I
really
win.
how the game
Next.
works. Next, would you rather create a new revolutionary style
create,
or master an existing style?
create.
Like master, like you're the reference.
Would you rather be fucking a revolutionary, or would you rather be the best clone?
I'd say the second.
Haha.
In the
You lose.
speaking as we did about the learning routines, I suppose, just like what would serve, given that I think I was at the forefront or in the sphere of a new style coming through somewhat, not foundation, but definitely pushed through a new way of moving and creating, and maybe even like hearing sound again, not me, but just like what I was a part of in the late 2000s. I do look at people that specialize like
Yeah, but you what you're saying is you were part of a creation of a new style.
yeah, but given that I did do that, I now would I wouldn't give that back, but now I would choose,
Oh, if your next
yeah
task would be to do something.
I'd choose
okay.
mastering a style.
I was more thinking of it being like, wipe your slate clean of
My history.
Yeah, wipe your slate clean.
Nah.
What would you have rather done?
All we ever have is the present moment, Luke.
Okay, well then. Yeah, I mean, I would rather create a new style still, but I would love to master Memphis Jukin if that's ever possible. I would love.
It is possible. Start today.
Yeah.
I didn't. When you said on the pod, it's my favourite style, I was like, I don't think I've ever heard him say that ever.
No, really?
No.
You've heard me say it so much.
Yeah,
I never shut the fuck up about it.
No, I've never heard
my
you say that.
I love it so much. Freaking
Okay.
love it. Freaking love it.
Okay, next one. Would you rather have... Oh, sorry, I forgot a word. Would you rather have one perfect
As performer.
show? Any. Could be choreographer as well.
Okay.
Or a long run of all right shows?
I don't.
These are so funny.
I don't like performing. So
Be the choreographer then.
I do one perfect show and go home. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't like performing over and over and over and over and over. As a choreographer, sure, like a long run is better because it's just more resources, more pay for it.
As a choreographer, I suppose, like, have you made an all right show or are your performers just meh? Do you know what I mean? Like, have you met like what the?
I mean, this
barometer
podcast is a long run of an alright show.
If the podcast had a title, that would be the title
run
of
of
this
an
one.
alright
Long
show.
run of an alright show. That's really good. Someone comment that. Loyal listeners, I want to see that in the comments. Yeah, I want to see that reference point. That's the Easter egg. Would I rather one perfect as a performer, the former, and as a choreographer, I think Lion Witch in the Wardrobe is a long run of an alright show.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah. It's like 15-month long tour.
Oh wow.
Sick.
They've been doing that show 8 times a week since last November.
That's too
That's
much.
crazy.
8 times in 1 week is too much.
Crazy, innit?
Yeah.
And not a little half-hour ditty either.
Yeah, that's
like
wild.
a good
People love that though.
2-hour.
People love performing. I had this conversation with Dylan, I think, or it was either Dylan or Lyndon because they were talking about the Message in a Bottle tour. And they were like, I think it was Dylan who was just like, I just love being on stage. And I'm like, that sounds like hell to me.
If Vice did a long tour,
I would love, like, it's like, I would love the
tour,
the
of
tour,
it, the people,
the
of it,
experience, even like the music and being on stage is cool and like seeing people's reaction, but just the actual process of
doing
like,
it.
put it this way, the setup and the post of the pod I is long and whatever, but like I love sitting down to pod every week. Like I just like, as even if I'm stressed or I'm like not having a good time or I don't want to be here, as soon as I sit down and we start talking, I'm like, this is sick. I love doing this. Where I don't feel like that with performing. Like once I'm on stage, I'm like, I'm so glad I'm here.
That's what I'm trying to do with Tight is like, what container can I create that artists will want to do it? Like there is so much room for it to be new and different.
I would enjoy that.
That they would want to not session, but like essentially a well composed session.
Sick.
Perfect show.
Wicked. Oh, we have more. Would you rather? Sorry, I wasn't sure. Here you're purely being booked for your look versus here you're purely being booked for your movement.
I come across this all the time because I'm always booked for my look. It's crazy. They're always like, you're so crazy handsome, and like, it's not. We haven't even looked at your dance, but we saw your face, and like, you're just so beautiful. We have
All right,
to.
I might skip that
This
question.
just happens to me all the time. You know, it's crazy that has to
Oh my god.
be something that I have to deal with in this life. You know,
We don't have a lot of time now.
burden I bear.
The burden I bear is ridiculous.
This face is just.
I don't know.
I would. Well, I mean, here, but does it mean it's true, or that's just something?
I mean, that's
said?
just what you're being not told, but like heard, you know?
I
like
covered a role in a show back in the day, and I just really didn't agree with the person that had got the role based on like their dance ability, and the director did say, but they look great. And I was just
But
like, what are we talking about? But
I think I'm so used to like that. That's how a lot of things are booked. That it's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that one.
All right,
It's
that's
just
okay.
a lot of words on the screen for me, unfortunately. Maybe I'm getting hungry.
Ooh.
Last one. Would you rather have a battle round adapted into a theater piece or have a theater piece adapted into a film?
I would say battle round adapted to a theatre piece only because it would make better work. I think a theatre piece adapted into a film wouldn't be a great film. But I think a battle round adapted to a theatre piece could be a great theatre piece.
Second one.
Oh, go on.
I think a theatre piece can be adapted into a great film.
Yeah. Like which one?
I mean, it's like, which one? What do you mean, which one?
As in, like, do you have an example?
I think that theatre pieces are written or are made narratively. So I think it's an easier translation and maybe a easier conversation to have with the cinematographer than pulling a round apart to make it into a piece that has some like deeper like narrative and stuff around it. I just personally want to work on screen more, so it makes sense.
You're convincing me with a lot of your takes. You're very convincing.
I should have been here for Room 101, honestly.
Let's not talk about that one.
Okay, let's get personal. Your year in one word.
Difficult, to be honest.
Correct.
Ooh,
I like that.
mysterious.
Something you are taking with you from 2025 to 2026.
I am. So end of 24, I decided that I wanted my creative year to be less about providing service, not getting rid of it entirely, but like centering output from me and me making things. And I realized that it's helpful to zoom out of the actual making to what does the life of someone that makes things look like. It would make sense for me to apply for those residencies, and it would make sense for me to go to that 3 hours writing session that happens every month in Margate, and like just starting to recalibrate my life so it makes space for the kind of person that I wanted to be. And I managed that. So I am going to take that approach into 2026.
I love that. I would say for me, taking with me like the kind of glimmers of, this is going to sound, you're going to already tell me off for being self-deprecating, but like the glimmers of like belief that like the capsule can be something big, if you know what I mean. Like I feel like, especially from internal and all this stuff I'm like kind of wrestling with on the internal side of it, it's like sometimes it's like I believe that there's something in the whole platform and what we do, and even like the pod and stuff, and I do it because I love it and I believe in it. But then I think this year there's been a run of like external validation in a way, and like whether that be monetary, whether that be just people's comments of like, you know, big influential people being like, yo, you're on a run, like things are going really well, and I'm like, oh, or like, you know, like for example we did the Diablo pod, and it, you know, back in the day, even when we did big interviews, like, you know, people were listening, but it was like the few pod listeners. But it's like I went to Battle Bad the week after, and it's like the people that were coming up to me being like, oh, I watched the full 2 hours. It was like some of the like it's not like just fans, it's like big dancers that were like, oh yeah, I watched all of it, it was really interesting. I'm like, oh shit, like we are really doing something that dancers connect to, because that was always my thing, especially with the pod, where it was like there's these interviews and it's like, who's this for? Because it's like, oh, who's your influence? Michael Jackson. Wow, me too. And it's like no one and that's like one of the inspiration where I was like, I can do better interviews than this, or I can do better conversations. We're not having real. So like the fact that, you know, we're having some that like real dancers in the community are like, yeah, I found this valuable and I learned something, or I enjoyed it.
So you're taking self-belief.
Yeah, I'm trying to gather up the little moments of self-belief and cobble them into a fucking personality, you know. But yeah, hopefully 2026, believe in myself and the capsule.
Yeah, and we all believe in the capsule. That's why we're here.
Amen.
Thank you guys.
Something that we are leaving in 2025.
You, Sophia. I'm joking. I could never.
Yeah, I know that.
Of reciprocity.
Lack of
Reciprocity.
Velociraptors. Lack of velociraptors.
Lack
don't laugh at me, Inesh.
I can't even say that. Velociraptors. There you go.
Reciprocity. What does that mean? Reciprocity.
To reciprocate.
Did I say?
Be reciprocated.
So wait, lack of meaning.
So not
you not giving back. No, them not
giving back. Or it just not
People
being
who
an
don't
exchange.
reciprocate.
It can be organizations, like in the context of the funding application and like ideal partners, there's like chat around, you know, ideally it's such and such, and I'm like, such and such hasn't given a shit, and they've known who I am for a very long time, so I'm gonna follow where the support is, even if it's from a smaller body. I'm not gonna say no to that to wait for such and such. And then also personally, honestly, like some of my friendships are not reciprocal, if that's the thing, and I'm feeling the drain somewhat of like plugging away. Sometimes I don't, and I don't mind. It's not a pride thing, it's just an energy thing. And after a while, especially in friendships where maybe the exchange isn't always there, not in effort, but in like what is actually exchanged between the two, when that's the case and I'm also the one making the effort to keep the friendship alive, I ain't got it. And I also don't need it.
Yeah. Agreed.
So non-reciprocal partnerships, relationships are going in the trash for me.
I mean, is this supposed to be personal? Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah. But I was gonna follow suit. God, big question for me. Something you're leaving in 2025. I mean,
Dip.
Yeah, without going too fucking personal.
You're welcome, guys.
Not that deep then.
Yeah. Leave it like as much as I can, like unhealthy habits, I think.
Yeah.
Not addressing mental health issues.
Yeah. Don't wait till burnout, lads.
Yeah, I need to take care of myself better in 2026. That is something that is evident. And we will not see 2027 if I don't. So, yeah. Well, no, that's a bit drastic. But
The capsule
you never
may
know.
not.
The capsule, me, my efforts to be a person, I'll just be in a cave
A
somewhere.
husk.
Yeah. I mean, fingers crossed. I don't mean it literally, but I need. If I'm going to make it through more of this, like things are only going to get busier, things are only going to get harder, things are only going to get more stressful.
Yeah.
So I have to sort my shit out now, basically.
Use me.
Use you.
You don't use me enough. Not in
a like.
well, just as someone who does really prioritize that stuff. You don't.
I mean,
use
this is
me
also
enough.
something I've learned is I'm terrible at asking for help, so I'm working on that.
But just like towels, I'm in the fucking weeds. Like sometimes you don't really want to talk to someone that might have the balance, right? Because it's annoying. But use me more.
Yeah. All right.
I love that, you guys. I think our next question is the last one. Something you're implementing in 2026, and we can use that to talk about projects and things like that as well.
Well, I think more positive mental attitudes. So like more all the personal stuff I kind of just said is something I'm implementing, but I think I'm gonna go, if I had to pick one thing, I'm gonna go with the Capsule team. That is something we are implementing. I've been running and gunning it, and I've had a lot of help, and I would never ever discount the help, whether it's you and Abe showing up every week to talk shit and do the pod, whether it's Sophia helping me with social media. I've always had help from the beginning, but I have bared a lot of the burden of the responsibility, and a lot of like when things go wrong, it fell on my shoulders, for a long time. And not that that's what I'm sharing, like we're all gonna get in trouble. But I think now one thing I've started in the second half, a lot of thanks to Jen's push. Jen has like kicked me up the arse and been like, build a team, and we're doing it. And I think whether it's the hosting squad that I think something that's really a great thing, because it was the reverse in the beginning, but now when we do us episodes, they get more views than the interviews. And it's like, unless like the person has to be like a big draw to get more views than us talking about topics. And I think that's a great, like, it's a reflection on the team and the way we've like, been able to approach this stuff. And I think having the production team, whether it's like production team for the pod, so Sophia, Inesh, like when Soph's here, when, anyone else is like helping us build the pod, it really helps. It makes the quality better. It makes everything easier, makes me less stressed, blah, blah, blah. And in terms of the Capsule Productions as a wider team of like having a group of like film, photography, audio editors, producers of podcasts, producers in general that we can like call a team and work with and support. And, I think when we get this, how it is in my head, and like structure the team and build it, like we're going to all do really well and all enhance the work. Like, even, I mean, we can also talk about now maybe your Substack and that platform, but it's like and like I would never take full credit because you've always written and you've always had opinions, but like if doing 3-4 years of podding has like pushed you to be like, actually, I am going to do this on my own. Like that's the type of thing that I'm like so happy about. And I voice noted you the other day about it, but like I want that to be the case, is, like we have an internal team, but because of what we build as a group, we all go off and excel in our own ways. Like Sophia was saying, she got a lot of jobs like filming interviews. And I'm like, great, that's what I want. Like the stuff that we do pushes you to get more work and build your skill set and succeed in your own right. And that makes me really happy. And then also the skills that that you implement externally, you bring back to the team and help each other with. And, I don't know. Yeah, I'm
more
just
of that.
Teamwork and dream team and production team and all that. That's 2026.
I I wasn't even thinking about Tiny Humble Opinions, actually. I was thinking about a return to training in club spaces. Like, I'm excited to explore that and to continue the work that you'd done last year with Own the Floor, I suppose. And then the with tight, like the improv from styles in formal, refined theatre spaces. Really want to get that on the go in 26. And then with Tiny Humble Opinions, it's feeling less at the minute about the podcast, to be fair. It is feeling more around the writing, and then there's like the two-pronged thing of like the industry kind of think pieces. But I also, looking back at my journals, think there's some really cool stuff in there that if I kind of black out the situations and just leave the points that I arrive at, there's some really cool nuggets in that. I suppose, so strange, but Lily Allen's album came out not too long ago, and my good lord, is that vulnerable. She's just, oh my good god. If anyone's thinking that their work might just be a little too, especially creatively, where it's not just like, oh, that opinion might be a bit too frank, or like I might just be a bit risky there, like listen to that album where she's just dragging her ex and her marriage.
A yeast infection and
like I listened to it and I was like, say less, less. Yeah, like fine. So I think 2026 is big vulnerability year for me, and not necessarily personally. It's not about leaving my heart on the floor, but just like the things that I really believe in and the things that I've had to say for such a long time. Like there's kind of a big three, for want of a better phrase, that like 2026 looks like those things will exist, which is
quick question,
fantastic,
that we could talk about off pod if we need to, but
probably do need to.
Your all your Tiny Humble Opinions, have you thought about like throwing them in ChatGPT and transcribing them and just putting them?
You can do it in voice memos.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't use ChatGPT. I am not
against it.
I won't be using AI until I won't. It's not my.
I'll
Google,
use it
it's
for
not my
both of
Google.
us.
So many of my mates will. I'm not going near it for the foreseeable.
Fair.
But yeah, you can transcribe. But I don't. Yeah, figuring out how. It's more so for me to pluck the topics out quickly without having to listen to them all over again, because I see some people put their transcribed podcasts behind paywalls, and that is ethically, from an accessibility.
Oh, only the transcribed version. Yeah, that's weird.
It's like, if you're deaf, fuck y'all kind of thing.
Yeah, are deaf people more rich than the... No, I'm joking.
But yes, the three things that I
Sick.
really have been standing for this year will see the light of day next year, and that's fantastic.
I can't wait to see them.
Nice.
Me neither.
Well, this is the end of our little entertainment, guys.
Woo! We went on a ride there, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good. I like that.
It was a bit of like serious and then light entertainment. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting it all together, Sophia.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
And just, if this is the last one of the
2025
year that people will hear, just like, you're doing great, buddy.
Yeah, what's your message to people?
I love you lot. It's not about you lot right now. You're doing
me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
You're doing a really good job.
Oh, so are you.
And I don't think... Yeah, but I know that because I stop for long enough to smell the flowers. You don't. You are just on this like conveyor belt constantly, which is why it's growing at the speed that it is. And I know the people around you are like keeping you aware of the progress. But my good God, like you've done such a good job. I was talking about the III pods we did however long ago they were with like Jonathan and Ken and stuff. I was like, my lord, like we were really, the run and gun is accurate.
Yeah.
But look,
we need to
I mean, I know we're just in a room and there's like a logo around and stuff. Like I know it doesn't have the structure and surrounding coins that you want just yet, but like you're so on the right track, and everyone is rooting for you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for saying that
so
also. And also, proud of you and everything that you're doing. But yeah, as you said, you already know that. But
Not to I'm not tooting my own horn too much.
No, but
just
that's
an awareness of the
Yeah, like I
learning.
said, some therapy is in order for multiple reasons, but we'll get there. Do you have any message for the people at home?
Oh, I did
2025.
really well with it last year, didn't I? I remember.
Yeah, you said
my head
something
was
lovely.
cocked to the side. My mum was like, "Straighten your jumper next time." I was all hitch up, just like the world is in
Yeah,
turmoil.
spitting bars.
This year, wow. I
Now that the world's not in turmoil
yeah.
anymore.
Now that the world is right as rain, do I just keep going? Keep going with a pace that you can handle, I suppose. I go piggybacking off of Luke's point.
Issues.
Like it's not a sprint. Like me is at nearly 40, and like three things that I've spoken about are brand new enterprises for me. Like I've been in this game for coming up to 20 years, and I'm just making my first feature-length theatre piece. Like that, they seem a little bit at odds, those facts, I suppose. So it was just as two grown-ups. I think we're entering into elder age, I suppose. Like it's a long game, building a career here, and the sprint is not the way to get there, I would say. And you can't do it alone. Even as a performer, it still takes collaboration, and even if that's just kind of helpful ears and soundboards, like it's not a solitary endeavor. So surrounding yourself with not even like-minded people, I dare say it'd be cool to have people around you who don't think the same as you. That would be helpful too. But you do need a group of people to help to hear you, to help bear the load, I suppose. I could go on more, but probably won't. But just sustainability being a buzzword for 2026 in many ways, I think would serve us all really well.
Bars. Absolute bars. Do I have a message for people at home? I would say no, I don't have a message like that, but I will say thank you for spending your New Year's with us. Whether you're listening prior to New Year's Eve, whether you're listening on New Year's Eve in 2026, I appreciate you spending time with us. I appreciate anyone that spent more than 5 minutes listening to any of these podcasts. We it's easy to get caught up in wanting more views or more numbers or more opportunities, but I am forever grateful for the people that listen to this podcast, whether it's one-off episodes, whether it's consistently. I know there's people, and it's always the people that are like outraged or have negative things to say that are commenting or saying what they think. And I also appreciate the people that write, yo, this was a good episode. That's really sweet of you. But, there's a whole ton of people who listen to episodes, enjoy it, and move on about their life and don't feel the need to go and comment about anything because it was just something that they enjoyed. And for you guys, I love you lots. Thank you for listening. You make this really fun to do. You make this really enjoyable. The more and more I go out in the scene and people talk to me about stuff that we've said, it makes me feel like, at the beginning it was really weird just talking to a camera, and now I don't feel like I'm talking to a camera. I feel like I'm talking to people because I've met them, I've seen them, they've spoken to me, they've spoken to people around us of like, oh yeah, listen to that episode. So I know you're out there, I know you're listening. And I appreciate you all. I will say I hope you have or had a great New Year's Eve. I hope you spend it with your loved ones, and if you're not with your loved ones, I hope you're thinking of them. I hope that you feel good and feel happy and you feel like you want to go into 2026. Be a good person to the best of your abilities. Don't beat yourself up for the things that you aren't doing right or that you can't change about the world. Do the best you can. Enhance the people around you. Care for the people around you. And then if we all do that, the world will be a much better place. Beating yourself up for not being the perfect person is never going to do anything and change the world. So
hear that?
What?
Did you hear that?
Did I hear that?
Yeah.
I said it. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Just do your best to be a good person and accept that you will never be a perfect person. That is my message for 2026. And also, anyone that wants to work with the Capsule moving forward, please hit us up, because we are on one and we are coming to your ears, to your eyes, to your event, to your sessions, to in your damn face in 2026. So we will see you everywhere. Peace!